And just like that, half of the year is over. But in June, we saw some major changes to Google Ads and a few changes that should really help your accounts. There was an announcement at the end of June on the 26th that talked about four kind of main takeaways and main changes that were actually quite positive for advertisers and for brands. So the first thing is that there are now going to be brand inclusions in broad match. So if you're really out there trying to cast a wide net, there are some big changes that this can allow you to do. Instead of going out and typically buying a branded query, with this change, you can input your brand, and instead, it used to be called a restriction. Now they're renaming it to an inclusion. But you could go find a very broad term. So let's say I'm Nike, but I'm trying to get people looking for a Nike soccer ball because I know it can convert them well. You can build a campaign or an ad group that's just about soccer balls, have that brand inclusion of Nike, and then you can now customize that landing page really nicely. So you can go out there and really try to get people either, a better message or get them to a better page than just a branded term for Nike or something like that. Next up, there are brand exclusions across all match types and DSAs. And this is always a big deal for people looking to make sure that we're going out and getting that scalable, unbranded traffic and not just dumping all of our money into some people that are looking for us, right? We still might want to do that, but we probably want to report on it differently. And with this, we can exclude the brand term and still let Google go and see what's on the page and come up with some of those ads on the DSAs, or just make sure that we know we're not going to be spending money on brand for any other match types. With this change, there's a big change to the way that misspelled searches are going to act as a negative here. So there's negative terms, and you can say, I would like to negate the color green for my soccer ball. And let's say somebody misspelled it and typed it in as GREEEN. Well, previously you would still spend on that term. And with this change, any misspellings will now be grouped in with that negative term and will no longer show. So this should really help to save some money. I know we hear some of those stats all the time about how many new searches there are because people are on their phones and fat fingering and, assistants and things like that. So if there's misspellings and you have it negated, it will now not have you spend on that term of green. And although you're trying to negate green. And because of this, we will now see more data into the search terms reports. So Google had said that a lot of the misspellings really kind of help to tank some of the visibility for those search terms. But what is going to happen now, because those misspellings are going to be kind of grouped at the main keyword level, we won't see that it's GREEN. It'll just kind of show up as green, and we should see about 9% more search volume in the search terms report, which is going to be huge because that's how we get better and reiterate and pull out winners and put them into different campaigns and get rid of some of those loser terms out there. So sometimes talk about these changes not being the most beneficial for advertisers, and wanted to have a very positive update here about some of the changes that have happened to Google Ads in June. And if you are looking for any help or assistance, give us a call and we can tell you how to make the most of them. Thanks.